Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and this is a very lovely war video you're going to notice because this is a very clutch war and it's a very tight war. So we are up against Vulcan and I'll be taking part 5. Only 7 fights are remaining in my BG and I'll be taking all of them. All of them are my fights. I do have a mate who will be helping me with a couple of pre-fights here and there. So as you saw, we are currently on 7 deaths and they are on 9. But they just have four more fights to go and we have 23 more fights to go. So it's a very close neck to neck war. So I have my team as Hercules, Immortal Hulk, and W Max. So Immortal Hulk is just to have plus 3 strengths at the start of this fight for me with Hercules. It's like a nice synergy to have. I'll be boosting decently big. I'll just be popping on a regen boost. Not that it matters, but I finish my fights really quick this war because Hercules is such a beast, and I can't wait to rank 5 him. I think by the time I'll be posting this video, I do have all the cosmic tier 6 ready for him. I'll just be waiting for basics and tier 3 alphas. So I have Odin pre-fights placed on me. I'll be placing a W Max pre-fight, and that Galen is just going to disappear in no time along with the other fights. Yep, that SP2 will be enough to kill him off. Very quick fight, 32 seconds or something, and that's a good start to the war for me. Next up is I Doom. That's a nothing fight with Hercules. So here I intentionally get hit by the L1 because I wanted an extra charge. Not that it matters, but yep, that was the plan. So I'll just be using this SP2. Okay, not here, right here. And that fight is almost done, I guess. Oh, not really. Few more hits, a striker, and yep, it's done. Just a little less than a minute. So next is part 5 section 2. We'll be facing a Nova. A pretty standard fight with Hercules. Oya is a very common defender on this node, but Herc just destroys him. There's no need for White Max pre-fight for all these fights, to be honest, but I have additional White Max pre-fight, so why not just use them? that SP2, and that's a clean SP2 dex, and that's a pretty nice easy fight for me with Hook. Just love how tanky and how hard Herc hits. So that was the only fight that took like 1 minute 55 seconds or something. All the other fights were probably less than a minute. So up next we have a Killmonger on this node with Hercules. One of my alliance mate was just giving me energy to clear my path. He said I feel it's a pretty sketchy fight, but then I told him don't worry about it. Herc is just a beast, and you will see why. So I do assignments of all three BGs in my alliance. I know it sounds very tiring and probably is, but yeah, Herc is totally safe for this fight. And when I told him that the fight was ended probably in less than a minute, he was shocked. You'll see how quick this fight ends. And I barely take any reverb damage. I think that was a SIG 200 Killmonger if I'm not wrong. Rank 4 SIG 200. I probably could have just thrown my SP2 and he would have been down. That just takes a few extra seconds of the fight, but not a problem. And yep, he's down. That fight lasted, I guess, just a 49 seconds fight. I mean, pretty straightforward. I did not even lose health. And next we are taking a Mantis. W max pre-fight. Again, all these fights they don't really require W max, but I just had some extra pre-fight. Why not, to be safe? So usually Mantis places a tranquilize on you at the start of the fight, but if you have a passive region or a region boost on, that tranquilize is not active. So that's something, if you didn't know, you got to know it now. Just trying to bait her heavies, get her to a special 2. You don't want Mantis to throw a special 1. I mean, not that it'll kill me or something, but it might put you in that sleep mode when the timer expires, but you can get around with it, so that's not a big deal. So I'll just knock her down to get the protection off, and this SP2 should not kill her, but pretty close to her being dead. Few more hits. Striker. And a special one, I believe. Or maybe not. Yeah, pretty simple fight. Hercules just owns Alliance War pretty much. So the last fight is a photon, and honestly, I love fighting photon in Alliance War. You must have seen the last video I took her with CGR, 23 seconds fight. I've taken her a couple of times with Hercules in a few previous wars, and again I'm gonna use Hercules with W Max pre-fight. This is the conflictor node and combat deja vu, I believe, and I feel she's not that good of a defender. I mentioned it last war as well. And look at how quickly Hercules will just finish her off. So the reason why I have a power stat one is because if you stun photon, she will go untouchable. But since Hercules on his SP1, he has a true sense, so he ignores all the miss. And what I was checking is I don't know what I was checking exactly over there. But yeah, I just was making sure that I read all the notes properly. That's how I do my Alliance War fights. I try to be as safe as possible to avoid any death. So there I start using my SP1 to get my true sense, and now I can just hit her even when she's untouchable. Not a big deal, I won't miss. So as you have seen, I'm just spamming my SP1s to get my true sense buff, and that's the end of photon. That was just a 47-second fight, not a 23 seconds fight like CGR, but a very safe war. And I cleared all my fights. That was the most important part. So it was such a clutch war. We won this war. We ended up dying one more time, I guess. So we were at 7. We ended with 8 deaths. And the chat was going crazy in game chat. Absolutely. Okay, that's not refreshed. I'll just go back to the main screen. And yeah, we ended up with 8 deaths. We were a little bit ahead on time, but we had 1 death less, so that's the most important part. And you will see the PG3 chat was just going insane. A lot of people were coming in and supporting the guy who was supposed to take the final boss. It was a very nice war. So GG's to the Alliance, and that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Cheers.